hopefully you can see the blade down there. I'm going to start working my way around the back. It's going to be a little bit hairy. Whoa, to start with. Oh, like that. Hey guys, Kapper here, and welcome to part 2 of our Kentucky weekend vlog. I'm thinking it's going to be at least 3 parts. We got a lot done, but anyways, right here I'm creating a new crossing. This is right next to the Little Red Barn so that we can access the 11 acres from behind the house and not have to drive all the way around the road to the only access point at this point. So right now I'm just working on this crossing, and then we're going to rescue the Little Red Barn from basically a creek ditch that's right next to it and all kinds of underbrush. I got one little skinny one here on the back side of the barn left. The furnace and air conditioner is in, and boy is it nice in there, nice and cool. I mean, this is quieter than the one at our house in Illinois. Granted, it's a heat pump, but still, this is beautiful. So, and I just had the electrician over. He's gonna put some stuff together. We are gonna run 200 amp service. We got to start from up there because it's 100 amp right now. So from there on in, everything's gonna be brand new, because it's all just old wires, and it's just better to just go ahead and run the new wires through the floor, the attic, and put a whole new panel in and be done. And I see my wasp friends are still up there, and they're big ones. So I'm gonna get to work here on the yard with the excavator. Okay, so now I'm building this back side of the barn up about 10-12 feet. Basically, I'm just going to reroute this ditch. Don't worry, it's not like a stream or anything. Those of you from California and Wisconsin and whatnot, don't be sending the conservation black helicopters after me. Now, if it was a year-round running creek, yeah, then there's probably some different rules. But we're in agriculture country, and they're just runoff ditches. I don't know if this barn's really going to be worth salvaging all that much, but Okay, so I'm digging. I had my first couple of finds here. Check these out. These are Pepsi 74 to 76 Kentucky celebrations. There's 2 of them and then 1 old Pepsi deposit bottle. But I was digging and I hit some concrete. And I'm like, all right, let me kind of pull at it a little bit. Usually it's just some blocks. And I broke one loose. Now I haven't even looked at this yet. Oh, there's another Pepsi bottle. There's something down here. And obviously it's stuffed with engine parts. But that, I wonder if it's an old septic tank or what it is. So I may have to pull at it here. See what's in there. But it's definitely a man-made hole. I mean, maybe this is Capone's backup house down there. So right here is where the new water is going to cut. Okay, we have one visitor house all set up. Schickster, I think this one's for you, buddy. Okay, hopefully you can see the blade down there. I'm going to start working my way around the back. It's going to be a little bit hairy. Oh, to start with. Oh, like that. Once I get turned around, that had fallen off. And their little red barn has some breathing space. She's all done. Let me take you a walk around the back. This little creek was all the way up next to the barn here. But we've recovered all of this now. The creek will go right over there, which is probably where it originally started. Probably could plant grass seed around here if you wanted to. So at least 360 all the way around. Little red barn has got room, breathing space. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this secret cavern. There's like some plastic junk in there, and I could see the edge of it. So I might try to yank it out or just leave it. And I mean, as long as it wasn't an oil tank, it's no big deal. So, little red barn. Kind of pretty. Except for all the junk, but we'll work on that. We will be working on that in the future. So this island all needs to be cleaned up by this power pole. Alright, I just got that, I think it was a cherry tree down. That was hanging over the wire. That was a little bit touch and go. But the new grapple should work nicely once I tear all this stuff out. I should be able to move it. I'm going to make a burn pit. And then use the grapple. So I'm going to make piles of all of this stuff. And I got to watch. There's really low overhead wires back here. Not only is there's one to the barn, but then there's also one to this lamp post that I'm working on right here to the light. But yeah, this is definitely the tool right here. I remember doing on previous properties all of this stuff by hand and never used a grapple, so that's also going to be a first. And there's the telephone pole island, or light pole if you will. I had that yellow cable support in there, otherwise that's why I had to work really carefully around that. So I couldn't really yank much of these down. You could see there's a wire there that's only 6 foot high going back to the barns. I think it's all dead, but you just never know. And then there's the one coming from the house, because I believe we're paying for that light to be on, yard light. So some pretty good progress. And then here's the half of this old, I think it's an old ornamental pear tree or something. They're really junk trees because this is what happens all the time. But I was able to skillfully pick it off of that wire up there. Look at this rotten one here, man. Whew. I wonder if that's a bee's nest there on the right. I'm not getting any closer. There's 2 white things in there. In the caverns. There's a lot of wasp nests around here, I'll tell you that. I think Mrs. Kapper told me just to get rid of this whole tree. Let me go ask her quick and find out. Wow, you know, from back here it don't look half bad. You know, you just double check your foundations, and I mean, you could jack up whatever side needs to be jacked up. It looks like just this first corner, and reset that, repaint it, and you could have a building for a while. Of course, the inside is next to be cleaned out.